Hi everyone, this is Miss Cobb, and today we are going to take a look at pictographs. Pictographs is a type of graph that shows data, but instead of the bars that we've seen in bar graphs and the tally marks that we've seen on the charts and tables, pictographs uses pictures. So before we start our lesson, we're going to watch a brain pop video. Just bear with me. And it should play. And
How many books have you read this month, Moby? I'm making a pictograph that shows how many books people read. Let's see. You read 2 books. What is a pictograph? A pictograph is a graph that organizes and shows information using pictures. The title tells you what the pictograph is about. This graph shows how many books people read. The labels show the names of people and the number of books each person read. This is the key. No, not that kind of key. The key explains what each picture stands for. According to this key, 1 star on the graph stands for 1 book. Count the stars to find out how many books each person read. I read 1, 2, 3 books. Becca read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books. Becca is a bookworm. Here's a pictograph that shows people's favorite subjects. What subject do people like best? Each pencil stands for 1 vote. Math got the most votes. 8 people said it was their favorite subject. Which subject got 3 votes? Right, Moby. Social studies got 3 votes. This pictograph shows people's favorite color. Each paintbrush stands for 2 votes. How many people like blue? You can skip count the pictures by 2 to count the votes. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 people chose blue as their favorite color. How many people chose green as their favorite color? There's half a paintbrush there. Since a whole paintbrush stands for 2 votes, half a paintbrush must stand for 1 vote. So 1 person chose green as their favorite color. Cool, it's lunchtime. How can you make a pictograph? I'm starving. Should I get an apple or a pear? Which fruit do you like best? Let's take a survey about what type of fruit people like best. A survey is a list of questions used to collect information or opinions. You like bananas the best. So do a lot of other kids. You can record information from your survey into a tally chart. You organize tally marks into groups of 5 so they're easier to count. There are 5, 10, 15 tally marks. How many people like pears the best? Start with 5, then count on 2. 6, 7. 7 people like pears the best. You can use information from the tally chart to make a pictograph. First, draw a chart with 2 columns. Write the title and write the choices on the left. Then, create your key and pick a simple picture to stand for your votes. I'm going to use a smiley face. 1 smiley face will stand for 1 vote. Then, I fill in the pictograph. Since 10 people voted for apples, I draw 10 smiley faces in the graph. 7 people liked pears, so I draw 7 smiley faces in the graph. 2 people voted for grapes. 6 people voted for bananas. Pictographs help organize and show data or information so you can understand it better. Which fruit got the most votes? Apple. How many more votes did pears get than grapes? 5 more people voted for pears than grapes. You can also show the same information in a different way. Whoa, Moby, that's a lot of fruit. Are you going to share? Thanks, Moby.
All right, so that was a video on pictographs. And before we get into our lesson, I'm going to show you the parts of a pictograph. All right, so this is just an example of a pictograph with fall cleanup. So one part, just like the young lady in the Brain Pop video said, that the title tells us what information that the graph will give us. And in this case, it is talking about fall cleanup with the number of leaves, which goes into the labels, which tells us what type of information is being displayed. And as you can see, we have the leaf colors, which is in green, orange, red, brown, and yellow, and the number of leaves. Now, at the bottom, there's a key. The key tells you the number that each picture represents. So this is very important that it lets us know what to count by. And each leaf represents 10 leaves. So for example, with the green leaves, we will be skip counting by 10. So it'll be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. 90 leaves were green. Whereas with the red leaves, we can count and see that there's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 leaves. All right, so now we're going to move on into our activity where we are going to look at Tony's pencil stand, which of course is the title of the pictograph. So we have that Tony sold pencils to his friends. The pictograph below shows how much money he earned. So each dollar sign equals $2. So we have our questions 1 through 8, and I'm going to get my text box ready. And what I'm going to do is for each answer, I will type it down here. And again, this sheet is found in the Tuesday folder. You can write it down on a piece of paper, or you can print it out. So with number 1, it says find the key. What information does it tell us? So for number 1, it tells us how many pencils Tony sold to his friends. So that would be the answer to number 1. Number 2, how much money did Tony make on Tuesday? And we have to remember each dollar sign is $2. So we're looking right here at Tuesday, and we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So for 2, Tony made $16. Okay. For number 3, we have to find out on which day did Tony make the most money. So we need to see the day where there's the most dollar signs. And I can see that on Friday, he looks like he made the most money because he made 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. So on Friday, he earned $24. So the answer for number 3 is Friday. Moving on to number 4, we have on which day did Tony make the least amount? So we have to look at the day where we have the lowest number of dollar signs. And I can see that it's Wednesday because he only made $4 on Wednesday. Number 5, how much more money did Tony make on Friday than on Tuesday and Wednesday combined? So, like I said, we know that Friday was the day that he made the most amount of money. And then on Tuesday, not Tuesday, Wednesday, he had the least amount. So what we have to do now is combine, because we're doing 2 steps, we have to combine Tuesday and Wednesday, which means we have to do what operation? Do we need to add, subtract, multiply, or divide? I'm going to give you some think time. If you said add, you are correct. So I would need to add Tuesday with Wednesdays. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and skip count by twos because I already know that my keys are the dollar sign are counting by twos. So I'm just going to skip count by twos Tuesday and Wednesday. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So he made $20 on those 2 days, but we have to remember on Friday, he made 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. So I would have to subtract 20 from 24, which would give me 4. So he made $4 more on Friday than on Tuesday and Wednesday combined. Number 6 reads, how much money did Tony make on the weekend, which is Saturday and Sunday? So that means we're going to have to add once more. So I'm going to count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. So on the weekend, he made $22. Number 7 is the amount of money Tony made on the weekend more or less than the money he made on Friday? And again, we have to remember on Friday he made $24, but on Saturday and Sunday he only made $22. So that means that he made less. 22 is a smaller number than 24. Number 8, how much money did Tony make in all? So that means we have to add all of the dollar signs together. So we're going to skip count by twos from Monday all the way to Sunday. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70, 72, 74, 76, 78, 80, 82. So he made $82 in total. All right, so for your independent practice, you are going to complete the can activity, and I am going to show you all. And I'm going to show you how to get on to this through Schoology. And I'm going to do screen sharing again because with the changing windows and browsers, we have to do that. Okay. And go. All right, so we're back on, and I'm going to go to courses, of course, and then I'm going to go to mathematics. And I'm going to go to the week of 11th through the 15th. And then I'm going to go to Tuesdays. And then I'm going to go to the pictograph independent work. Open new window. And the PDF should pop up. It should say bags of cans collected. So this would be what you would do on your own, and you do have your questions. Now, the key says each can equals 10 bags of cans. And if you see half of a can, that should be your clue that it's going to be half of 10. So there's a number that's 1/2 of 10. So that way you can be able to count it. So in conclusion, pictographs are used to show data on different things. It has the parts of a label, labels, and it has a title and a key as well. All right, so as always, please stay safe, and until next time, have a good one, friends.